Hey you guys, it's Faith Gilliam again. Today I'm filming another makeup video for you guys. I will be using the Jackie Aina palette, my newest member to my collection, and literally the best palette I've ever had in a while. So good job Jackie and Anastasia. And yeah, stay tuned you guys for this look. So I already did my brows since that tends to be a pretty big part of my makeup routine. I did a full brow routine in my first and last video. So if you want to reference that, you can go ahead. I'm sure I'll be doing it again. So as always, I'm going to start out with my Smashbox primer. I just got it on my mirror. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on my cheeks, under my eyes, and then my forehead. Woo. My hair is getting on my face. I need to buy those clips that like hold your hair back here because headbands are not cutting it. So once I let my primer sit in for a little bit, I'm going to start to apply my foundation. I'm going to be using MAC Studio Fix Fluid again, colors NC42. And I'm just going to open that up and dab it onto the back of my hand, like a medium amount. Then I'm going to take my Real Techniques foundation brush and start to apply my foundation around my face. I'm just gonna pat it underneath my eyes. I never put enough foundation on my hand. And then again, just gonna drag it down to my neck and my ears for even coverage. And then just gonna kind of dab the rest of the product into my skin. So once I'm finished with my foundation, I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium. Just going to apply that to my under eyes, down my nose, and then my chin and a little bit on my forehead. Again, gonna go on a rant about this concealer, literally the best. It is so thick and covers my dark circles so well, like even without color corrector, which I never really got into anyways, but like I've literally never had a problem with my circles. So this concealer is a plus. So I'm gonna let my concealer dry into my skin a little bit. Meanwhile, I'm going to go damp my beauty sponge just so I could get better coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out the product. So just blending right underneath my lip line. I already got a little bit on there. Then I'm gonna start on my cheeks. So I'm gonna blend out the concealer into the rest of my face and gonna pat into underneath my eye and bring up that product to my eyelid. And then I'm always just super careful to make sure I get my inner corners of my eyes, just so that that product doesn't like clot up. So once I'm finished blending out my concealer into my foundation, I'm gonna go in with my setting powder. Again, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder in the shade Banana. I'm gonna go in with just a dry beauty blender and apply the powder into my creases underneath my eye. Just dragging the powder and pressing it in, because I'm not gonna bake my under eyes. So once I apply the powder to my under eyes, I'm going to just dip a clean powder brush into the powder, tapping off the excess, and then just going to apply it all over my face. I need a new powder brush so bad. This one is shedding so bad. We're just a little ghetto over here, it's fine. I'm then definitely gonna apply to my forehead, since that's where I get sweaty like first. It's never my nose or like my cheeks, it's always my forehead. So we apply that powder to soak up all the oil. Put a little bit on my neck. So next I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M438 brush. Again, the pointed contour brush. I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour powder kit. And just gonna dip my brush into the darker shade in the middle and then the lighter shade on the right. Just tapping the brush into both of those. Gonna dust off the excess. And then I'm just gonna start sweeping the color onto my cheeks underneath the apples where I want my contour to be. And I really build up my contour just because I don't wanna put too much on at one time and then have the hardest time to blend it out. I'm just going to apply some of the product along my forehead to even out that brightness from the concealer. So once I finish my face contour, I'm gonna go in and do my nose contour. For my nose contour, I'm gonna go in with a Morphe E47 brush, just the thin, like dense nose contour brush. I'm gonna take the same colors I used for my cheek contour and just pack it into my brush and start applying to my nose. I always make sure to drag some of the contour up into where my eyebrow bone is. And then just gonna start blending out the rest of the lines. And I'm gonna make the little tip of my nose a contour. So once I finish applying my contour, I'm gonna go back in with my setting powder and just line my cheeks and my nose so that I'll get like a precise contour line. I'm gonna go back in with my dry beauty sponge and dip it back into the powder. My nose is honestly so uneven. I always get such a weird little bump like right in the center. I'm gonna do my other side. And my cheeks are where I normally use the most powder. I'm just going to line the bottom of where I applied the contour. And connect it to the corner of my mouth. Why do my arms look so good right now? Definitely fake gym. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of powder on my forehead. That is not a little, that looks like a lot, but I'm just going to dab it in. Like, I don't know if my ring lights are giving off heat or what. I mean, it also is 84 degrees in Chicago for the first time in like a year, I guess. So it is kind of hot outside. So once I'm finished with my face, I'm just gonna let my cheeks and nose bake. I'm going to start my eyeshadow. Today I am using Jackie Aina's palette. I'm super old to the game, but today I thought I'd do a look because I haven't really gotten into do like a fun eyeshadow look. My last one was pretty boring, but whatever for my first time. So today I'm going to use a look that I got inspired from Andrea Renee. She's also a YouTuber. I've been watching her videos for a little bit, and she did like a 5 easy looks for the Jackie Aina palette. So I thought that I would try and recreate one of hers because I loved the way hers turned out. So shout out to her. I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M433 brush. This brush is just like a good blending crease brush. I'm gonna go ahead and dip it into ginger, my burnt orange color, and dust off the extra pigment on the brush. And then I'm gonna go into my crease. So basically I'm just gonna use ginger as my starting transition color. So I'm just gonna take my time and blend this into my crease. Dragging a little bit of the pigment up so that I could evenly distribute my shadow. So once I get my ginger blended out, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Again, just applying to my crease. I didn't go in with a primer again for my eyeshadow, just because I've been setting my concealer and the foundation that just gets added up there from doing my face. So I've just been doing that and it's been working out okay. So with this eye, I'm just gonna keep blending. Okay, so once my ginger is pretty blended out, I'm gonna go back in with the same brush into edges, this even darker orangish, pinkish, it's like a salmon-y color. I'm just gonna dip my brush straight into that, pat off the excess, and then just apply it to like my outer crease. And I'm just lightly adding color onto there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I'm going to clean off this brush. on just a dry paper towel. And then I'm just gonna go back in and blend out those harsh edges right here where I put edges. So as you can see, I just applied it over my transition shade Ginger in the outer corner. So using the same brush again, I'm gonna go back into Ginger, the lighter burnt orange shade, and start to blend out that crease. So next color I'm gonna go into is Wiggly's, this bottom red, like metallic, very pigmented color. I'm just gonna take like a flat eyeshadow blending brush from Anastasia and dip it into Wiggly's to really pick up that pigment. Wild. And then I'm just going to apply it all over my eyelid. I'm packing the color underneath like my transition shades. I'm just gonna add a little bit more color. Okay, then I'm gonna go into the other eye and do the same thing. It kind of has like a foil look to it. It's super, super pigmented. So I'm really trying to be careful to direct my brush exactly where I want the pigment to go. This is what my eyes look like right now. I'm going to go back in with my Morphe M433 blending brush and go back into the color edges and just apply it right into my outer corner to blend out edges with Wiggly's. Once that eyeshadow is on, I'm going to wipe off my blending brush and just go back over the outer edges to blend out those pigments. And then I'm just gonna periodically dab so I'm not mixing colors where I don't want them. Just fading it up into my eyebrow. And then just for a little bit of a pop of glitter, I'm gonna go into Zam, this bottom like rose gold foil. I'm just gonna dip it into the same brush I used Wiggly's with, the Anastasia like flat brush, and just gonna dab a little bit over my eyeshadow. And then to blend out this bottom part where you kind of see the harsh edges, I'm just gonna go in with a cotton ball and blend that product out. This is like the lazy way to blend. So whatever, it gets the job done. So I'm just gonna go back in with my powder brush and start to blend out that powder that I applied that was baking on my cheeks into my contour. I'm just gonna drag that extra powder that gets onto my brush over my contour lines underneath my eyes. I'm just gonna go over my nose a little bit and then just drag it up into my forehead. And then just to blend out my nose contour a little bit more thoroughly, I'm gonna go back in with my foundation brush and just go over my contour lines. So once I'm finished with my powder, I'm gonna go back into my contour and just lightly go over what I already did just to make my contour a little bit more dramatic. So I'm gonna go back in with both shades again, just dipping it lightly in the darker shade and mixing it with that top right, like light tan color. So once I'm finished contouring my face, I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Peach Blur. It's just like a peachy, subtle shimmer highlighter, I guess. And I'm just going to apply it over my contour. Now I'm going to take my Morphe M433 blending brush into my other Morphe palette. This is the 35B palette. It's great for like super bright rainbow colors and looks that you want to do. I'm just going to take the black color at the bottom and just run my brush to get the product on the tip of it. And then just going to go underneath on my lash line and apply the black shadow. And I'm going to go for more like of a smudgy look. So once I apply my black liner, I look like a crazy. I'm gonna go back into my Jackie Aina palette. Just gonna go into edges and blend out that bottom color. Once I go back in with the edges on my lower lash line, I'm just gonna blend out the outer corners. Since I am finished with my shadow in my face, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes off camera, so I will be right back. Okay, so I'm just gonna let my lashes dry a little bit. This inner corner keeps popping up now. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I tried to switch to the white glue, like tried to switch back to it, and I got this one that had aloe in it. So I tried it and it did not work at all, like at all. My lash was just coming off and it was so annoying, so I had to go back to the black. I'm just gonna go in with my mascara and apply it to the bottom lashes first, just so I could let my top dry a little bit more. Okay, so I am done with my eyes, lashes, and face. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my setting spray. Again, using Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. So after I apply my setting spray, I'm going to go ahead and take my highlighter. Today I'm using another MAC highlighter. This one is called Global Glow. This one is mineralized skin finish. So it's just like a little bit more subtle than the other highlighter that I have, but still is amazing. I'm just gonna apply it right above my contour. Holy highlighter. I'm gonna drag it above my eyebrow arch, tip of my nose, underneath my eyebrow arch, kind of blending it into my shadow. And then I'm going to apply it to the inner corners. So after I applied my highlighter, I'm just gonna go ahead and dab with a cotton ball in the rest of my highlighter. So once I'm finished with my highlighter, I'm gonna go back in with my Anastasia liquid lipstick. This is the color Sepia. I'm not gonna use a liner again, just gonna be precise with applying and just going to start in the center of my lips, and then I'm gonna drag it out to the edges. And then I just like to go in and spot check just to make sure I applied my lipstick evenly. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Just something a little bit more dramatic than my last look that I did. I'm so happy I got to play with the Jackie Aina palette. I want to do way more because I have been watching so many videos with the palette, so I can't wait to create some more looks for you guys. I'm planning on posting this week, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and again, let me know if you guys have any suggestions for what to do. I know I had a couple of questions about how to do winged liners, so I think I'm going to do that in my next video. I need to go to the store and get some more because I recently just ran out of my liquid liner, so that's great. But yeah, stay tuned, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Happy Sunday.